We're in downtown New Westminster, British Columbia. This is ECCW Halloween Hell 2000. And that, Dave Republic, is Weed.
You know, Adam, to this day, I still can't get over why this guy is so popular with the crowd. He's won no titles other than our House of Pain title. And, of course, speaking of the House of Pain Wrestling School, if you are interested in becoming a wrestler, manager, ballet, etc., call the number on the bottom of the screen. That's 604-514-3489.
And I can tell you why all these people like Weed so much. He may not have held any titles yet, but heck, everybody in DC likes Weed.
Listen to that crowd. You know why they're going nuts? They're going nuts for the two-time NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, Tornado Tony Kozina.
Dave Republic, this may be the very first time that I recall seeing Tony Kozina walking to the ring without any type of gold around his waist. Very rare to see Tony Kozina without some kind of accolade strapped around his waist.
Well, the world title, well, I don't like to say he lost it, rather he gave it back to Vince Kaplak in Nashville in early October. But no worry, Weed is just a stepping stone for Mr. Kozina, and this is actually going to be a great matchup, a great show of support there actually in the beginning of the ring. I don't like that, but nonetheless, they lock up.
This match actually came about from a three-way dance that took place just a few short weeks ago. It was Weed, Kozina, and Rockford 2000, and the competitive nature of these two individuals really came through, and now they said, hey, we got to do it one-on-one and see who really is the better competitor. As a side headlock is applied by Kozina, you see Weed trying to fight out of it.
But you know what? I don't like the lack of intensity by either of these guys. There was an opportunity for Kozina just to kick him right in the head there in the corner, and it was a clean break. There's double knockdown right there. They're not going at it as hard as I think they should. This should be a grudge match. Hair pulling, eye scratching, kicks to the groin. You know how it is, Adam. It's like high school.
Yeah, tradition rules, right, Dave?
Right, the tradition of winning. And here comes Tony. Oh, jeez. Oh, and the crowd likes that one. I'm not sure if Weed sees the same thing that the crowd's seeing in those chops, but those are vicious, vicious chops.
Picks him up. Tilt-a-whirl into the flying head scissors by Weed. Nicely done. The crowd responding, and now it's Weed. Oh, jeez.
Oh, a bit of payback there with a beautiful chop. Oh! Another one right to Kozina's chest. That's going to leave a mark there, folks.
In the corner, big high backdrop.
1, 2. Oh, it's a nice kick out there by Mr. Kozina there on the 2 count. Weed is actually showing a lot of fire here.
Bright red welts showing up on the chests of both men, and now it's Weed tickling the brain of Tony Kozina. A series of big right hands. The crowd counting down Weed's top 10 hits this week.
Or the number of outstanding arrests for him.
Weed puts on the brakes, leapfrogs over, takes a boot right to the mush.
Good one there. Kozina's just been toying with him for the first part of this matchup here. He's now going to take him apart.
Big stomp right to the gut.
That's an awesome wrestling move. They kick to the knee. I like that move.
Kozina now, ooh, jeez. When Kozina works on the knee, I'm a poet and I don't... Forget it. When Kozina's working on the legs, you know that he's got something planned. He likes to work on those legs. He likes to use the figure 4.
Look at that chop. Took Weed off his feet. I'm telling you, Kozina is deceptively strong. Sure, he's a small guy. Sure, he's a junior heavyweight. But I'm telling you, he's got the heart of a lion, as they say, and the chops and the fire to put the guys out of the ring. A shoulder block by Weed as he tries to come back into the ring. But it'll be all for naught as he gives a nice little punch to the back of the head.
Sunset flip on the way in, slingshot style. 1,
no.
2. Kozina kicking out. Referee Marcel Alfonso. A bit of a controversial count there on his part.
Seemed a little fast to me as well.
Scoop and a slam by Weed. Looks like he's setting him up. Comes in, big clothesline. Comes in with another one. Takes Kozina right off his feet.
Well, it seems like the momentum's going back and forth here between the two competitors. This is actually a very entertaining matchup here, with Weed now seemingly getting the upper hand with a moonsault onto Mr. Kozina.
Nicely done. Quebrada style moonsault by Weed. Able to get a 2 count. I don't think he got the full impact of that move. We saw a similar one earlier on by Abaddon that landed squarely right on the chest and sternum of his opponent.
That pretty much ended the match there for Mr. Ray Brooks earlier on. Looks like Weed didn't get, as you said, the full impact on Kozina, which is probably a very good thing, as Kozina eats a clothesline there that puts him outside the ring. and Weed stalking him from the top rope.
Wait a minute, what's this going to be? Kozina knocked right off his feet, sort of half clothesline, half punch.
He's never going to hit him. Kozina's like about halfway down there.
This crowd responding. Weed right off the top rope to the floor, takes Kozina down. And once again, the crowd is into Weed.
That would explain a lot. Oh, and another chop. These guys have been exchanging chops probably for a better part of the matchup here. Welts coming up, blood blisters coming up, and these guys are still going.
Great competitive match here. Weed, Tony Kozina, Eagles Hall, New Westminster. Look at this.
Bringing them in the hard way.
Big suplex. Weed actually climbed up on that bottom rope for some additional leverage. Almost a veteran maneuver by the relative newcomer.
Yeah, pretty much. We've got Weed here who's about wrestling for about a year, and Kozina for about three and a half years here. Actually, maybe coming on to 4 years now. And the experience of Kozina doesn't seem to be helping him right now with Weed getting the upper hand.
Well, he's an intense individual. You saw the high cross body off the top. Took Kozina down for a very, very long 2 count. And now he's climbing up once
slow
again.
Getting up there now. It's his third, fourth time up on the ropes, and Kozina capitalizes by sweeping the leg.
Well, it's been a very fast-paced match. I'm sure it's taken a lot out of Weed just to perform some of the maneuvers he did. The dive off the top rope to the floor must have not only knocked the wind out of Kozina, but must have taken the toll on his own body, as we look like we're going to see a superplex.
And this will be it. If Weed connects there onto the canvas, it looks like it's taking a little bit out of Tony as well. Tony rolls over for the 1, the 2.
Both men hit the deck with quite a large amount of force.
Well, I just wish referee Marcel Alfonso would find either a fast or slow count. I'm sure you'll agree that was an incredibly slow count. It was about a 6, 7, if not an 8 count. I'm sure you agree with that.
My goodness, Marcel Alfonso actually is one of the more controversial referees here in ECCW. He's taken a few beatings from some of our people. Look at that. Once again, though, Kozina going back to the leg. He worked on the leg earlier on. He's going back to that focal point. Weed had enough wherewithal, I guess, to sort of kick out of that figure 4 attempt. But look at this. He's really at his Kozina's mercy now.
And this is where the experience is coming in. A lot of wrestlers will work on the head, the arm, the chest, not focus on a body part. Kozina saw weakness, obviously, in the leg from sweeping it off the top rope and now coming at it hot and heavy. And there's no way Weed can get up after this. If you take the leg out, what else does the guy have to do other than lie there and get pinned?
Kozina could really break the ankle of Weed using those maneuvers off the bottom rope. Now, Kozina uses a very smart strategy. He often goes for the leg, but the reason why is very simple. Kick off again by Weed. The reason is very simple. Kozina is not the largest competitor in the world.
It's true.
What he usually does is he tries to take his opponents off balance by taking their legs out from under. Nice double underhook suplex by Kozina. That could actually be it. 2 and a kick out. But he goes for the legs, Dave Republic. And when he's wrestling a larger opponent, that's really the best strategy he can use. He takes them off their feet, and then the advantage of the larger opponent is no longer there. But look at these great pin attempts by Tony Kozina.
4 in a row there without getting the 3 count. That's going to be very, very frustrating for Kozina, the former 2-time NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion. And he's taking his frustrations out, as he did earlier on the chest of Weed.
Big suplex coming up. Weed goes behind. Uh-oh. Oh, look at that. Inverted DDT. 1, 2, and dangerously close to the feet with Tony Kozina.
It was close. A bit of a lazy cover there. Yes, he had the leg hook. Yes, he had some weight on the shoulders, but instead of pointing to the crowd, Weed could have used that other arm to hook the other shoulder down, to hook the leg. And now a series of kicks from Weed don't seem to be that effective.
Right back to the leg.
Exactly what I was going to say. Back to the leg. I think he's actually starting to move up a little bit. He's going for the knee, perhaps in frustration of not being able to work out the ankle. Oh, small package.
Very close once again to a pinfall. Weed showing a real veteran maneuver, countering the figure 4 into the small package and almost actually getting a win out of it, and another one of those big chops.
This time taking Kozina off his feet. These guys are just going at it and attempting...
Dragon screw leg whip.
Oh, look at Weed. He's in pain. I think I heard the knee pop there at him.
I would not be surprised in the least. Look at this. He's got it this time.
This is the figure 4. There's no way that Kozina's not going to win this. Weed has to give up. Who's that?
Rockford 2000.
Oh.
That is the man that defeated Tony Kozina briefly for the world title.
And he also talked earlier about beating Weed, and he's coming to both these. Kozina head off the ring post there on the outside, and Rockford's going in. And you know what? He's doing what he said he was going to do earlier, Adam. Create his own spot.
Rockford 2000 obviously very upset with not being chosen for inclusion in the Pacific Cup 2000 tournament. And he's basically looking like he's just taken out two of the competitors that'll be in that show.
And again, the fans adding in some color commentary about the personal life of Rockford. But you know what? Say what you like about this guy. You have to admire his enthusiasm. He wants in that tournament. He's taking not only one guy out, but an insurance policy by taking a second guy out here. I don't know if either of these guys are going to be ready to take on anyone in that Pacific Cup Championship.
The fans here in the Eagles Hall very upset that they had this tremendous match really thrown out because of Rockford 2000. We had a great match going.
Well, you know what? Lucky for Weed, Rockford actually saved him the embarrassment of having to give up there. He was close. He was grabbing at the referee and everything. But you know what? Tony Kozina gets the win there due to the interference. And fans, we're going to be coming back with even more action.